Hi guys, welcome to Magical Makeup with Christy. If you just saw my friend Cinder Allie Loves Disney on One Stop Mouse, she actually helped me come up with the name. Actually, she came up with the name completely. um, so what this is I come up with a themed makeup look, more of a glam look than a costume makeup look, though this one is going to be more costumey. It does not necessarily have to be Disney. It can be other characters. Tonight's is Grinch. Hi, BDF. And I just go through how I do it. I am not a makeup artist. I just like makeup and I like being creative. So if you have any suggestions of characters to do, I try to go more towards characters that actually resemble a person, kind of like the Grinch or um, Cruella de Vil, because I did do Lotso Bear. Is a little more difficult because Lotso Bear doesn't have the same facial features as a person, whereas the Grinch pretty much does, other than his nose and smile. Hey, James. So I left my makeup on from today. So all the makeup I do have on is from today, other than what I took off of my eyes, and I have primed my eyes, so my eyes are ready to go. This cuts out probably about 10 minutes of prep time of doing the makeup, so it keeps it closer to an hour and a half. Because the first time I did it from like no makeup at all, and it took me like 2 hours. So I do like to try to keep it as close to that hour as possible. Hi, Erica. So I will get started with my Grinch look. I'll go over, say everything that I'm using, where I got it. I'll be straight up right now. All of my makeup comes from Ulta. Some of it comes from Sephora. It just depends on where I'm at. Most likely I will start doing Sephora more often. We are getting a Sephora literally right across from my office. So that could be dangerous for my wallet, but Ulta's in the same complex. It's just like a 5-minute walk. But having Sephora right across from my office is definitely going to make me want to go more often. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing I always do, because I like to have a nice crisp line right here, is I put tape on my face. So if you've been in here before, then you know I put tape on my face. By the way, my mirror is here. My phone is here. You'll see me looking back and forth. And then my screen is here, obviously. So I put tape on my face to make that sharp line. And we're just gonna dive on into the makeup. Because it's Grinch, it's not gonna be the usual of like looking all glamorous. And where is it? I'm gonna start with yellow, which sounds kind of weird because it's Grinch and Grinch is green, but you want dimension. So you start with lighter shades and then work your way to darker shades. By the way, the prime that I used for around my eyes, I actually use a concealer, and I use a concealer a little bit lighter than my actual skin tone because I also use it as a highlighter. And it's Fair Beige 12B by Tarte, and it's Shape Tape, which is my favorite that I have come across. Okay, so I left my brushes in my bedroom. Be right back. Okay, so my favorite brushes that I've tried are Luxie brushes. I have 2 packs here. And I don't know what the size of this Luxie brush is because it doesn't say, but it's just kind of tapered. Hi, Katrina. Put it like on the back of your hand. First, it helps remove some of the stick. Yeah. Oh, taking tape off. What I find is if I put, because a lot of people put tape on there and they don't have any primer. Well, they have primer on, but they don't have any like foundation or anything on. I find that if I actually put that foundation on first, concealer, it's actually concealer, that doesn't hurt when I pull it off. Okay, so I'm using this Morphe palette to start with, and I'm gonna go with this lightest yellow to kind of start with the dimension. And I just kind of twirl it on there, tap it off. And then I do, oh gosh, I'm gonna break stuff tonight. I do back and forth, and I do, so back and forth and kind of swish it around. And that's to keep it like, I'm in my 30s. And anyone that's in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, you know that your eyelids aren't as smooth as they used to be. So mine will crinkle up. So that's why I do different directions. And most makeup artists that I ever watch do. And again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a professional. I do what I like, and what I like works for me. So that's what you're going to see. What didn't tag? You posted a necklace on your IG stories. I always see everything on Nicole's story. You posted it. I want to see the necklace. I like necklaces. I want to see. Okay. I'm going to go to the next yellow that I want to use. I'm going to do like 3 shades of yellow before I start the green. And the next shade of yellow, I don't know the name of it. I think it's just a number. But it's in this NYX Escape Artist. And you can actually, it's this one right here. You can actually get the NYX Escape Artist palette on Walmart's website. You can't get it in the store, but you can get it on their website. Can you guys hear my kids? So a little story for you about my son. I told him, he was down here and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "About the live stream." He's like, "What are you live streaming about?" And I was like, "Makeup." He's like, "How does anyone like to watch that? That's so boring." I was like, "How does anyone like to watch someone else play video games all day?" I'm like, okay, well, to some people this may be boring. To some people it may not be. I know it looks like nothing right now. It'll look like something soon. Okay, the next color I'm going to is back to my Morphe palette, and I'm doing, it's kind of like a canary yellow, maybe more like a banana yellow. It's that bright yellow right there. And this one, I'm actually going all the way into the corner right here because I'm going to have, I want yellow in the corner too. Mm-hmm. Yes, to each their own. I can't, like, he does. He watches people play video games on YouTube all day long. And then he has his own YouTube channel. It's Mega Master 07. Or it's a 07. It may be 07, but it's Mega Master something. And he records himself playing video games and then posts them. And then he asks me to watch them. And I'll like watch a little bit of it and then I speed through it. And he was like, "Why aren't you watching?" I was like, "Really? Why don't you watch mine?" And he's like, well, I don't like yours. I was like, okay, well, there you go. I don't like yours either. I don't tell him I don't like them. I do watch them. I speed through some of it because I don't want to see a video game. But his intros look pretty cool. I like his intros better than my intro. I need to maybe I should get him to make my intro for me. Hey, Alicia. I figured that you would be talking to him backstage. I'm glad I got to get on there for a little bit. I meant to get on sooner, but I was trying to prepare for stuff, and then I got on and literally stayed up on there as long as I could. I was actually sitting right here watching it for most of the time. If you guys missed it, Alicia, Cinder Alley Loves Disney, was on One Stop Mouse live stream, and they just ended a couple of minutes ago, like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago at the most. And he did like a little interview thing. You should go check it out after this. Not while we're in here. Hi, Riley. Hi. I thought I saw Rachel. I guess I didn't. She's normally in here. She'll probably be in later. Okay. So have you guys seen, well, obviously, if you saw the thumbnail to this, you've seen my Grinch look. So every time I've done the look prior to and then done it again, I always alter it just a little bit for whatever reason. I guess because I'm like, I think I'll like it better if I did this. But who knows? I'm not putting my red dress on when I'm done. So any pictures I have will just be in this Disneyland spirit jersey. Hey, Southern Dixie Life. Okay. I've got the yellow. I'll probably do more yellow once I do my cut crease because I have hooded eyes. We're going to go over the hooded eye thing later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the lightest green. I've got a couple of greens here. Looks like this is the lightest green, but that's a shimmer green. I don't like that one. Okay, so this is my lightest green right here. It's like a bright green, and it's in the same Morphe palette. We're going to start having some fun with some green. What did James say? I see him say thank you. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing upstairs, but it sounds like they're tearing down the house. I think my dog ran off with my house slipper. So, how's everybody's week going? It's Thursday. It's almost in the week. We've got Spilling the Disney Tea on my channel tomorrow. We've got the Sisket Ears as the guests. If anyone knows who they are the ones that arrange all the Year of the ear swaps. They do such an amazing job with that. I praise them for doing that every single month because, frankly, organizing that kind of stuff is a lot of work and exhausting. And I'm kind of like, I'm missing Vlogmas this year. I'm wishing that I did it, but I'm kind of glad I don't have to be the organizer of a bunch of stuff right now like I did last year. I kind of wish I wouldn't have been so strict on saying no to people when they asked me to be in collaborations. But maybe next year. You came in late. Did you explain what brand makeup you were using? I did. I'm going as I go because makeup is the brands are different depending on what palette I'm using. Right now, I'm using a Morphe palette. And the only other palette I've used so far is NYX Escape Artist, which you actually can get on Walmart's website. I think mine did come from Ulta. I get almost all my makeup from Ulta. I can't imagine that I got it at Walmart, but I know Walmart, at least their online store, carries NYX makeup, and it's very reasonably priced. I will say this: if you look at it, you can see that there's some missing. I dropped it once, and they literally broke apart. So I don't know how great the quality is. It does the job that I need it to do, but as for durability, if you drop it, and I drop stuff all the time, it doesn't last. This one's been good. This one I've dropped a million times too. I've dropped every single palette a million times. And I'm still working on that bright green, and I tap it off. Emily Rose, hi, welcome in, and happy birthday. Your birthday's on Saturday, which is, let's see, what's today's the 12th. Happy birthday. Mine's on the 17th. We're birthday buddies. Neighbors, birthday neighbors. Birthday buddies would be the same day. We're birthday neighbors. Okay, I'm going to move on to this darker green right next to it. Oh, no, actually, I'm not. Scratch that. This is called the Crystal Zodiac palette. This came from Ulta's website. I don't know if they carry it in the store. I know that they do have it on the website. I don't remember the pricing. I do know that I've dropped it a couple times, and there's a couple of them broken in there, but they've stayed in there, so they're still usable. I'm going to use this more of a shimmery green and then go over it with that darker green. But I'm going light on this green, like super light, because I don't want it too shimmery. Oh, yeah. Yeah, clumsy as can be, Butterfingers. I've always dropped it. I have decided, well, I've recently decided that I literally keep my palettes on the floor. So I have this big, huge case right here. This was a Christmas one from last year, and it's just Ulta brand. And the top is like blushes and highlighters and toners, like, and then the bottom is brushes and eyeliners, and I really haven't used those ever. Oh, hey, there's a face primer. Oh, nice. I'm almost out, and I was going to buy some more. I don't have to. And then the middle shelf is this palette, which you can tell I've used a lot because it's like, yeah. And I've dropped this a million times, and only one has fallen out, and it was a shimmery gray one. I didn't really use that shade much anyway. But no, I constantly drop it. So I leave them on the floor. I set them all on top of that big box while I'm doing my makeup in my normal location. This is my office desk, and it's got makeup on it, so I'm going to have to clean it off when we're done. So, Emily, what are you doing for your birthday? I'm going down to Disney. I'm going back to this Morphe palette. I spent a lot of time in this Morphe palette because it does have a lot of interesting colors. And I've used this palette for my Ursula look. I used it for my Lotso Bear look and for my Cruella de Vil look. So we're going in with the darker green. We're just going to keep getting darker. I'll probably do a little black too because I don't have a green darker than this. Well, I do have a green darker than this, a little bit, in the NYX palette. So my agenda for my birthday, I'll miss spilling the Disney tea castle chat that week. Our lovely Cat at Perfectly Cat will be hosting that week for me. That's typically my week to host because I the third Friday of every month. Um, but I took this Friday because Alicia has plans tomorrow and can't be on. And so Kat was gracious enough to take my Friday next week to host while I'm at Disney. But Thursday, so we're leaving. It's me and my sister. We're leaving here on Wednesday evening, right after I get off work, around 4:30 or 5. It's like a 12-hour drive for us. We're going straight to the resort, changing clothes, then going straight to Magic Kingdom. We're spending a day in Magic Kingdom. We've got lunch reservations at Skipper Canteen. I really loved that place when we were there last time. And then that evening, I think we'll just hang around. Or we'll probably go to Disney Springs actually for dinner because Magic Kingdom closes earlier than Epcot, and our next day is Epcot. So we'll probably go to Disney Springs and see what's cracking down there. Look at the trees, take some pictures of the trees, go to the ganachery. Just a couple of different things, I'm sure. I haven't been able to get any dinner reservations down there yet. I'm hoping that something opens up day of for something to eat at dinner at Disney Springs. I really liked the Edison last time I was there, but I would actually like to try something different. So, but if I can't find anything different, if I can get Edison, I will. Then on Friday, we're going to Epcot. I really wanted to get reservations at Peaches and Cream. I freaking love their potato bun. It's so good. But they are booked right now. So hopefully I find something there. But we plan on chowing down at the festival and hopefully making it to Peaches and Cream. And then that night is a late night. The park closes, so we don't really have any intentions to do anything that night. And then, except for maybe walk around the resort and take some pictures, staying at the Grand Floridian. And then on Saturday, we check out. And then both of us have annual passes to Universal. So once we check out in the morning, we're going to go on over to Universal and go to the park, go get our pass holder magnet and button. It's a button, not a pin. And then go over to the outlets, and the outlet on in International Drive. And then after that, we'll probably go back over to City Walk and eat at Twosome, which is one of my favorite places to eat. Unless we eat at Twosome and then go to the outlet. We're just going to kind of play it by ear which order we're going to do those in. And then we head home and drive through the night and probably stop somewhere in Atlanta to sleep because we have to drive back to Tennessee. All right. I'm about to do the cut crease. So if you don't know what a cut crease is, I have hooded eyes. What that means is that the part up here covers up my eyelids. So when I open my eyes, most makeup just kind of disappears. So what I do for hooded eyes is I do something called a cut crease. I take my concealer. I take one of my brushes, which most of them are Luxie. I just really like the brush. And again, this concealer is Tarte. It's a Shape Tape contour concealer, and I get 12B. It's called Fair Beige. It's lighter than the color of my natural skin tone because I also use it as a concealer or as a highlighter. So I take a little bit on my brush right here, And I just kind of line my eye at the as close to the eyelash as I can without poking myself in the eye. And then once it's there, I open my, move my around, look like a crazy maniac for a minute, and it leaves like a crease. And that crease right there, that's what will become the cut crease. And you kind of make like a fake crease in your eye, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna fill it in. And also using concealer like this, when you go to put pigment on there, it goes on a lot darker. So if you're gonna do a color, go very light-handed with it. It's kind of like when you go to put eyeshadow on after you've put eye primer on, it's more pigmented, so you always want to go lighter. And you don't have to be perfect on this line over here because it's going to go away. And you can go as far over as you want. If you want your whole eyelid to be like that, you can do that too. I sometimes go halfway. Sometimes I go further. Sometimes one time I've done the whole thing. It's whatever you want to do. It's however you want your look to look. However you want your look to look. Where's Rob tonight? He's usually in here by now. Is he incognito? Is he hiding out? Oh, open, wiggle around your eye, look crazy, close it. There's my cut crease. And then just fill it in. Okay. So once that's in, if you're using very pigmented color on your eyelid next and you don't want it very, very pigmented, go with like a very neutral, natural color. I like shimmers, so I tend to do shimmers. Typically, when I go to fill in that area, I use this brush. And it's just like a small brush. I used it this morning. That's the shade I used this morning. Can you see that? I don't think that's helping. There. You would want to do a lighter shade unless you just want the pigment there. I don't do any of these in this palette. The palette I use usually, it's in the bedroom because I'm not using it right now. So I'm going to go in with yellow, and I'm going to start. Most people start from the outside in. Let's do that. Let's just start from the outside in. We'll do that. Most people do. I usually start from the inside out, but because we are using very pigmented stuff, I'm going to start with the outside in. And the color I'm using is the same color I used right here. Is that darker green from that Morphe palette. Gotta be specific here. And then I actually went to this shade right here because it's a little bit lighter. It's still dark. It is a shimmer, but I think it'll be okay. The last time I did this Grinch look, it's been a little while, so I don't really remember everything I did. I'm just kind of going with it. Ooh, notification. Have a good night, BDF. Okay. Then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm using that same darker green, and a cut crease, you always kind of make a line. I don't want to do the line right above it all the way over because I want this inner part to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to do this darker line part of the way over, and then I'll go back in with like the yellow and do the rest of it. Yeah, totally just going with the flow. I hope it turns out just as good as last time. I'm going to go to that banana yellow that I used, same palette, and put that crease right here too. And then kind of just blend back and forth right here to make it look more blended. The fun part will start as soon as I finish the eyes. I'll get to my face. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear? Can you hear him? He's crazy up there. Okay. Oh, blend some more. I'm going back to that like almost lime green color. That one. And filling in. Then I am going to use this palette. This color is called Shimmer Light Green. It's that one right there. I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to move to a lighter, like a yellow. I'll tell you what that color is in just a minute, the yellow one that I used. It's this one right here, and it's called Shimmer Gold. It's not even yellow, it's gold. I'm going to go back to this crystal palette, crystal Zodiac palette. There's a yellow in here that's right here. I'm going to use a little bit of that. And then there's a, I can't see what it says because the makeup's broken on it, but this shimmery yellow, it's like a shimmer yellow and white mixed together. I'm going to use that too. The shimmers, I tend to do more lid coverage. I feel like I'm not, okay, so I am not a makeup artist. I clarify that so many times in here. But I feel like when I use a shimmer that's light and I just kind of spread it all over the lid, it makes the rest of the shadow blend better. Again, I'm not a makeup artist. However, I do get a lot of compliments on how I do my makeup. So I must be doing something decently right. So I went back to the NYX palette, and I'm using this darker green right here to kind of fill in a little bit. Not happy with the green. I want it a little bit darker. So that's what I'm doing. And I haven't switched brushes. And this is not a Luxie brush. This is a, I don't know. I can't tell by the name of it. It's like all worn off. There's another brush over here though. I might be able to tell. Crown brush. It's called a crown brush. Okay. I think I'm happy with the shadow in general, so I'm going to go ahead and do some eyeliner so I can remove the tape, and then we'll finish off the rest of the eyes and go to the face. This is Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Liner, and it's deepest black, and it says "Shake me, baby." So my recording room, I don't know. It's been a while since I've recorded up there. It's upstairs in the bonus room where my husband's office is, right by the kids' rooms. Could you imagine how loud it'd be up there right now? I know you guys can hear them kids. So, well, there's only 2 people in here, but between the 2 people in here, would you like on these makeup lives for me to have people on that can talk while I'm doing this? Because I know like just watching me probably isn't the funnest thing. And I do try to think of things to talk about. Oh, I gotta concentrate on this one. I'm gonna mess it up. Okay. I'm gonna remove the tape. I'm not completely done, but mostly done with that. So we'll remove the tape. And then this is Opening Act Lash Primer by Tarte. I like a lot of Tarte makeup. I like Tarte and Too Faced, Urban Decay. I like all that stuff. But Tarte is, when it comes to like primers, is my favorite. And it's my favorite concealer. And when my skin is darker, it's my favorite foundation. My foundation I used today is Lancome. It's actually this right here, but I used it this morning. I brought this just in case I needed it. Alicia, are you using your phone or are you still upstairs in your office? So that's my primer. I use 3 different mascaras. Sometimes I just use 2, but I rotate between this Lancome one, which is a trial size. But my favorite is It Cosmetics Lash Blowout. And then this one by Too Faced called Damn Girl. And I use the Lash Blowout first and then the Damn Girl. And I've said a million times, I absolutely despise fake lashes. But do you want to know that I totally just bought some fake lashes? Not because I was like, yeah, I want to wear fake lashes, but so I was on Revolution website and saw that they had some Jack and Sally shadow palettes, and I put them in my cart, and I was like, I think $6 away from free shipping. And these Cinderella lashes, well, they had Rapunzel and other ones too, but the Cinderella ones looked the most natural, were $10. So I was gonna pay like $15 for shipping or spend $10 more and get it. I know it only saved me like $5, but I got something else. So so I've got some fake lashes coming in, and I think I will try them out. Not a fan of them. It's been a couple of years since I tried any though, so maybe we'll see. God, maybe I should just like put when I do these, actually use fake lashes so I don't have to spend so much time doing the mascara. I'll be quick with this one because I want to get onto the face so you can see it. And we've only got like 15 minutes till 8 o'clock my time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern time. I usually try to say everything in Eastern time. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do real quick before is this is Tarte. It's called Fake Awake. I put it right on the underside of my eyelid right there. It just makes me look awake instead of dead because I don't look dead. I probably didn't really read that. I had it on earlier. Now I'm going to go back to the eyeshadow real quick and just use this brush right here and then kind of bring it in under my eyes a little bit, since we do want to look kind of Grinchy and not glammy, or a Grinchy glammy look or something like that. That was the NYX palette, that really dark shade that I did last time. And this next one, I'm going to just go to the lighter shade. I'm just going to keep going a little bit lighter and just going a little bit further over. And then the lime green from the same Morphe palette. And then the yellow. And then last for the eyes before I start the eyebrows. I'm going to take this Morphe palette and I'm going to use Just a soft brush here. And I kind of swirl it in the white, swirl in the sparkly, and then I put it up here to kind of separate my brow from my lash, from my shadow, because when I put it on, it sometimes goes all the way up there. And that's just to give it a little separation there. And that same brush that I used a ton for my shadow, where did I put it? There it is. I'm gonna wipe it off. It's got the green on it right now. Here. And then just kind of let it blend in just a little bit. I normally do that right here in the corners too, but I did yellow right there this time because I wanted that yellow look. So there's that. Now for the brows. Here's my brow brush. This is the brush that I use for my brows. I have brow liner, but I typically, brow pencil, not brow liner, excuse me. But I typically just use this and use brown in there. We want a green look, and I've already got brown in there. So we're gonna start with the lighter shades, especially the banana yellow, and then work our way to the greener shades. And I'm literally just dipping it in that Morphe palette in the lighter yellow, and we're just gonna go up like that. We're at that fun part. And it doesn't have to be exact because, you know, Grinch's got crazy brows. Okay, now I'm going to the lime green. And the reason we're doing the different colors and not just going straight to the darker color is we want dimension. And it doesn't really matter how far you take that up, just whatever. When you're creating a look, you do what you want to do. I don't think everybody would agree with that, but I do. I just went into the darker green in the same Morphe palette. All the same colors we've been using. Everyone just called themselves stupid. I also went into that like little bit of a shimmer green because it's a little bit darker than the darker green from the same Morphe palette. Now I'm going to go into the NYX palette and use that darker green that I used in the corners. And to give it just a tiny bit more dimension, I'm going to take a little bit of black up in there. And it's just the black from the Morphe palette. And I go a lot more light-handed on black because it's black. And then you notice it looks kind of weird right now. So I'm going to go back and use the brush again, and I put it back in that darker green, and I'm just gonna smear it into my eyebrow to kind of bring it all together. And then I went into the darkest green on the Morphe palette too, which is a lighter cream than the dark cream that I just put on there. And it kind of just, my eyebrows are more blended in with it now. Okay, so looking at my last picture, I think that I brought the green up a little further. I might do that, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my face. And what I did is I used a shadow brush. This one, which is a Luxie brush, it's kind of tapered on the sides. And I started with a lighter color. I did not do any yellow, but I started with the light green. And then I just kind of did like how you contour your face, if you know how to contour your face. Um, this, literally, did contouring. See, I did it here, and here. It's so funny. I hardly ever use green shadows, and I feel like these two greens are like close to gone. Yeah, I don't have to wash that. I'm gonna use this one. It's a tapered one, and it's the darker green. I think I am gonna have to use that other thing. This is also a Luxie brush. It's just a different color. It's tapered, and you see, I usually use this for contouring. forgetting to bring my, oh, this. That might work. Okay, so this is just Bye Bye Pores by It Cosmetics. It's just pressed powder. And I normally would do like a highlighter or something, but I didn't bring it and I'm not going to go get it. So I'm going to use this. Okay, and like I said, my last one, I noticed that I did this a little bit darker and further up to where it kind of connected with the brow. So I'm adding a little, I'm using the NYX, the dark green that I used, and adding it a little more up here. Just to kind of make it a little bit darker. Okay, now I'm actually going to draw my little nose on, which I think is what kind of, hi Jeffrey, which I think is what kind of just pulled it over the top for me last time. And I'm just using the my eyeliner, liquid eyeliner by Too Faced. If you keep wondering why I keep going to my camera, I'm actually referencing the one I did last time. It tickles. Guys, hear my kids. This is Bare Minerals. It's my favorite kind of lip. It's matte, and this one's called VIP, but my favorite kind of lipstick is the Bare Minerals. Now, I'm not going to leave the top red. I'm just putting it on there so that the shadow I'm about to put on it sticks, because I am about to put black eyeshadow on my upper lip. My brow brush that I use, black from the Morphe palette. Good. Okay, so I'm almost done. I just want to do some more of the green to make it look just a little bit different. I feel like it needs more dimension anyway. Just kind of touch it up a little bit. I'm going to go back to the darker green in the Morphe palette and do some more lines up here. I'm not satisfied with the look yet. And then the light green too. I feel like same greens, by the way. Same greens. Nose. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm satisfied. What do you guys think? You want me to show you the last time I did it? I feel like I went heavier on the makeup last time in it than I did this time, but I still think it turned out pretty good comparably. Yeah, not bad. I'm going to take a picture and post it on my Instagram and then I'll probably put them side by side and say which one's better. I think the other one's better, but thank you, Emily. I think the other one's better than the one I just did, but I still like it. I still think it's pretty cool. Obviously, this is not a glam. It's close to glam. If you wanted to make it a glam look, you could still use the same eyeshadow because I really like the eyeshadow. Like I would probably wear the eyeshadow just by itself out in public anyway. I like it. And then your eyebrows, maybe do it similar, but not as drastic. But in general, you probably wouldn't look like this in public. But if you're going for a glam look, like if you're going to go to Universal Studios and you kind of want to get the vibe of it, the eyeshadow would definitely work. And then wear like a Grinch shirt and then like a Santa hat or something. That would totally work. So I'm going to put a Santa hat on, pull my hair down because I always wear these in my hair while I'm doing makeup. Pull my hair down, take a couple pictures and post them on Instagram. If you're interested in seeing that, my Instagram handle and a direct link is down in the description below, as well as a link to my partner channels who happen to be Cinder Loves Disney and Heather from the Disney Housewife. Their links are also down in the description below. In every video, their links are in every video in the description down below. I don't always remember to mention them in the videos, but that's it for this look. I do need suggestions for the next look. For a disclaimer, I will not be doing the live on the 17th, which is next Thursday. That is my birthday. I will be at Disney, and I will not be doing it on Christmas Eve. So my next one will be December 31st. And yes, I will be doing it December 31st because I don't do anything for New Year's. So I will see you on December 31st. Give me some suggestions until then. All right. Thanks so much. Bye, guys. I gotta use one of these hands to close out. Bye.